All right, welcome back. In this video, what I'm gonna be talking about is actually like how do we overcome our self-sabotage from that's actually preventing us from going to our next level. All right, so what I actually mean is every time you're trying to get to the next level in your life, in your business, what tends to happen is we start sabotaging because of the identity misalignment. And what I actually mean by that is you have your specific goal. Let's say you have a big ambitious goal, whether you want to make 50 grand a month, 100 grand a month, or even like a million a month or something big, right? But your identity doesn't align with it. So it's not in line. There's no congruency, right? You say you want to do the thing and you want to hit that goal, but your identity doesn't match it, right? There's cognitive dissonance in what you do, right? So, and and every time you're trying to get to the goal, maybe you're trying to put more out, do more outreach, do more content, run more ads, hire the right team, all that sort of stuff. But you keep hitting a ceiling, and you keep hitting it over and over again because in your nervous system, it's not familiar. So what needs to happen, or what we need to do, is essentially use visualization, hypnosis, and all that sort of stuff to shift our identity from our current to our future self and become one with that new identity to a point where it feels normal for us to do the right thing, doing it the right way, and all that sort of stuff. So we have to raise our vibrational frequency. So it is not until we do this repetition, not only just in our action, but in our mind. So we do this on repetition in our mind, where it feels normal for us to, let's say, for me even right now, for me to create this YouTube content, for me to basically talk about, mindset topic to high level entrepreneurs and things like that, where it feels normal for me to sell high ticket packages and all that sort of stuff, right? It's the same thing for you, right? You have to start normalizing that. So then where it feels normal for you to do those things at a high level, more effortlessly, more efficiently. And that's what it all has to come down to. It's not until you actually shift your identity in your mind for things to actually show up in your reality. So that's what we need to get good at. So the reason, the simple reason why you get stuck is the self-sabotage happens is simply because like like I said, like you have the goal, but your identity, like in your nervous system, isn't familiar. So we want to get back to familiarity. So what I actually recommend is get clear on who that identity of yours need to be at all time, where it feels completely normal for you to hit your goals, right? Take a look at your goals, right? And ask yourself, who do I need to become? Who do I need to be? What my future self actually look like, feel like, act like, where it feels very, very normal. It's like on a normal Tuesday morning, this is what my day-to-day routine actually look like. This is what my business, my operation look like, my daily routine, how much deals I'm closing, how the day look like, how I'm talking to my team, all that sort of stuff. Start writing them in detail and start visualizing them on repetition to where it feels completely normal. And that's what you could actually use self-hypnosis practices for, to get that image and get that feeling and be on that frequency, because we just have to raise our vibrational frequency, and we literally almost like have to borrow the feeling and the image from our future into our current situation or current reality. Because if you think about it this way, we only have now. The past is gone. We can't really go back to the past. The future is always tomorrow. So it's always now, right? Even if it's something that you want to achieve in the future, instead of saying it like, I want to do this in a year, 5 year, whatever, that's cool. What if we were able to get that future goal and bring it in the now? How would that look like? How would that feel like? and start almost like meditating on that. Start visualizing, start daydreaming, almost like, when you do the self-hypnosis, what I like to tell people or my client is that you sit down, you close your eyes, and you imagine yourself going to this nice theater, where you could even do this as an exercise. You go there, you sit down, and you close your eyes, you take a few deep breaths in and out through the nose, and you just go in a deeper, calmer, relaxed state, and you see yourself. Your best day of your life, your best life is playing on that big screen. And you get to see, feel, and experience that while you're sitting in that movie theater. And that's what we want to do. That's what we really want to do. And we want to act as if that event that you see has already happened or is already happening in your life right now. And literally, you do this on repetition. And every single time the limiting beliefs, things like that comes in our mind, like self-sabotage, oh, this is not you, you want to get rid of it. You want to get to a point that you do not even recognize that old version of you that no longer serves you, the one that has limiting belief, fear, self-doubt. You don't recognize that person anymore. This is not you anymore. You do not recognize it. You do not think of it for a second. That's you. You let it go in the past, and you can always say, in the past I used to believe XYZ, in the past I used to do XYZ, and all that sort of stuff. So then you completely move yourself from your current or old self to the new or the future self, and you become one with that person. And then every action, every decision you make, every thought or belief system that you have should be around this new identity, because the more we get closer to this new identity, the better. So, and we can do this through repetition and practices, because people think we have to work hard in order for us to actually achieve your goal. I used to think that. I used to work 10, 12 hours in my service or agency, and I still do. And I'm going through a process to shift my own belief system to really go all in on this mindset or hypnosis coaching, simply because I see the power of hypnosis. I've seen it for myself. I've seen it with people I've done hypnosis with. It is effective. So you have to literally, it almost feels scary as well. You're like, I can't let go of this old identity, because this is how I'm making money. This is how, etc., right? Because the version of you who's more successful, who's doing better, their strategy is different to what you're doing right now. So you might be doing a certain strategy to get clients and things like that. That needs to be shifted, that needs to be changed or improved. And you may have to step into the unknown a little bit in order to hit the next level. And that's okay, right? And that's something that we have to realize. So staying stuck or staying plateaued is never accidental. It's all about our nervous system, our programming system. We just have to get rid of that old programming that no longer serves us. We just have to get better about the self-image or the belief system that we have about ourselves. For things to get changed, for things to get better, we have to become better. So if you want to attract a certain situation in your life, whether that's your business, income, physical health, or even attract a partner, right? You have to focus on becoming that new identity, becoming that version of you who already has it in the now. And start thinking, feeling, acting like that version or that person at all time. Where in your nervous system, it feels normal for you to be doing those things. It feels completely normal. That's what we want to do. We really want to normalize those behavior. We really want to normalize those decisions, those actions that we take, all that sort of stuff that you just do it by default. It feels normal for me, for example, to create these weekly YouTube videos. I have to get to a point that it is normal, right? I start to practice it's normal for me to get thousands of views per video, to have 10,000, 100,000 followers or subscribers on YouTube, Instagram, things like that. That's what I'm actually leaning with myself, right? You could do the same. And almost borrow that new identity or future self and become that version of you in the now. And the 3D reality, the biggest challenge people have, including myself, you visualize these things, but in your 3D reality, it hasn't caught up yet. And that's okay. Just keep moving towards it, and it will move toward you until like literally moves toward you. So disregard, pay little to no attention, even if the 3D reality hasn't caught up yet. Hold on to that vision, hold on to that mission or purpose that you want to have, and start even intensifying the practices of your visualization and hypnosis to a point that it feels completely normal for you to hitting those goals. And the right ideas, the right people, the right opportunity will slowly start showing up. So I hope you got some value out of this. I do have a hypnosis community, which I'll link down below, and you can book in a one-on-one identity rewire call with me as well to really dig deeper to see where you're currently at and where you want to go and how I can help you to basically bridge that gap. I'll speak to you on the next one. Peace.